The act of being silent has its place in a number of different situations we might find ourselves in. Non-reaction can give us time to think, process, and create a gap between a stimulus and our response to make sure that we move forward in a deliberate and constructive way. Silence can also be used as a tool to practice self-control. In social situations where we would normally blurt out a response, interject with our opinion, or interrupt others, the conscious act of being silent can not only strengthen our relationships with other people if we instead choose to listen, but it can also help us think before we speak. Ultimately, when we interrupt the brain's default response, and instead make the decision to sit back and be silent, we can become better at being in the moment, listening, taking in our surroundings, thinking about what we're doing, and when we do choose to act, it's aligned with the person we want to be. Here are a few quotes on silence to help us understand the concept a little better. Let silence be your goal for the most part. Say only what is necessary, and be brief about it. On the rare occasions when you're called upon to speak, then speak, but never about banalities like gladiators, horses, sports, food, and drink, commonplace stuff. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, therefore we should listen twice as much as we speak. I've begun to realize that you can listen to silence and learn from it. It has a quality and a dimension all its own. It is better either to be silent or to say things of more value than silence. Sooner throw a pearl at hazard than an idle or useless word, and do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. Be silent as to services you have rendered, but speak of favors you have received. Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings. In silence there is eloquence. Stop weaving and see how the pattern improves. You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts. And when you can no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart, you live in your lips, and sound is a diversion and a pastime. And in much of your talking, thinking is half murdered. A happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy can live. The true genius shudders at incompleteness, imperfection, and usually prefers silence to saying the something which is not everything that should be said. In order to see birds, it is necessary to become a part of the silence. Silence is golden when you can't think of a good answer. Never miss a good chance to shut up. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Silent solitude makes true speech possible and personal. If I am not in touch with my own belovedness, then I cannot touch the sacredness of others. If I am estranged from myself, I am likewise a stranger to others. Space and silence are two aspects of the same thing. The same no thing. They are externalization of inner space and inner silence, which is stillness, the infinitely creative womb of all existence. Let silence take you to the core of life. Never say anything that doesn't improve on silence. Silence and smile are two powerful tools. Smile is the way to solve many problems, and silence is the way to avoid many problems. Silence is golden when you can't think of a good answer. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. Silence is the most powerful scream. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Silence is a fence around wisdom. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The tree of silence bears the fruit of peace. Silence is as deep as eternity, speech shallow as time. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. My silence means I'd rather talk to myself than you. Spiteful words can hurt your feelings, but silence breaks the heart. Silence is better than unmeaning words. He who does not understand your silence will probably not understand your words. Words can make a deeper scar than silence can heal. There are times when silence is the best way to yell at the top of your voice. Laughter will always be the best medicine, silence will always be the best revenge, and love will always be all you need. If talk is cheap, then being silent is expensive. And many people, it seems, can't afford to buy into it. Sometimes, the most meaningful things are found through silence. Silence is the best way to answer a fool. Well-timed silence has more eloquence than speech. Silence is the language of God, all else is poor translation. True silence is the rest of the mind. It is to the spirit what sleep is to the body, nourishment and refreshment. Keep your mouth closed until your mind is in gear. Men of few words are the best men. When silence is used as a weapon, it can wound even more than words. Silence is sometimes the best answer. Some hearts understand each other even in silence. Work hard in silence. Let success be your noise. The wiser a man is, the less talkative will he be. If you don't understand my silence, then you don't deserve my words. Open your mouth only if what you are going to say is more beautiful than silence. God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer.